Hello everyone, I am Anal Badodaya from Canada Engineering College. So in our previous lecture, okay, that is lecture 4 of module 5, we had discussed about some of the J components. Okay, so the remaining ones, okay, the remaining ones and little bit advanced ones we can tell. Okay, little bit advanced ones we will learn today. Okay, so how to create those, okay, how to create those we'll learn today. Okay, anyways, if you do the revision of whatever we have learned in the last lecture, it is nothing but it is the buttons, various kinds of buttons we have learned. So we had learned how to create a normal button, we had also learned how to create a radio button. Okay, in radio button we had observed one important thing, button group. Okay, then after that we had learned about the checkbox, then after that drop down. Okay, and we had also learned in a label, okay, in a label how to add an image. So these were the highlighting things which we had learned in the lecture 4. Okay, so the remaining ones, okay, how to create a table, how to create a text field, okay, how to create a tabbed pane. So do you know what is a tabbed pane, students? Okay, text field is the one where you enter a text. Okay, there is nothing very much special here. So tabbed pane is nothing but you how to create a tabs. Okay, and when you press each of the tabs, okay, you get set of other tabs. Okay, so we have a program, we'll be executing all of these, students. Then a scroll pane. So what is a scroll pane? Scroll pane is the one where you get a slider where you can scroll up and down. Okay, so that if area is more, you can see those. Then the table, you know what is a table, which has both a row and a column, so that is a table. Then list is nothing but a simple list. Okay, how to create all these things. So these are the ones which we are going to learn in this. Okay, so with that we will finish off swings. Okay, your syllabus, swings in your syllabus. So let us continue then. In first we will discuss about the J text field. Okay, so what do you mean by J text field? So J text field is nothing but, okay, place where you enter text. Okay, place where you so you should not get confused with the label, students. Okay, here you are going to enter text. Okay, you can enter text here. So this is the simplest swing text component, students. J text field allows you to edit one line of text. It is derived from J text component. So the J text field is derived from J text component, okay, which provides a basic functionality common to swing text components. So this J text field basically has three type of constructors. You can use it in three ways. One is J text field columns, where you mention only the columns, then you mention the string and the columns, then you mention the string. Okay, so these are the three types of constructors of the J field. Okay, then after that, now let us understand what are these strings and what is this column. So string is a string to be initially presented. Okay, it is nothing but the value to be initially presented, string value, and columns is the number of columns in the text field. So we'll be using that, students. Okay, don't worry, in the program we'll be understanding. So if you don't specify any string, then the text field is initially empty. Then if the number of columns is not specified, the text field is sized to fit the specified string. Okay, so what does this last thing tells, students? Last line tells, the last line tells that if you don't specify the number of columns, okay, then whatever is your string size will take. Okay, so that is the understanding. So let us go to the program, okay, and let us understand more about it. So this is our classic program. Okay, so here what I am doing is nothing but, so in our as our program, students, we are going to create a frame first. So how do you create a frame? For frame creation of frame, you need JFrame. Okay, and what is F? F is nothing but a frame object. F is nothing but a frame object, and whatever text field you are going to create, that you are going to put in the frame. What is J text field? This is nothing but the name of the frame. Name of the frame. Yes. So then I am going to create a label, students. Okay, because whenever I field put a text field, you should know why that text field is. So label is becomes very important here. So this is a label, which is label, which will tell the text field. So this is nothing but a label for text field 1. Label for, so this is how I create. J label is nothing but a creates a label. Okay, creates a label. J text field 1 is a label for text field 1. Okay, it's a label for text field 1. So this is how I create, and here I add to frame. Okay, add label to frame, and label 1 we will tell. Okay, because we are going to create many labels here. So first one I will take it as label 1, add label 1 to frame. Okay, and so next, once you have created a label, students, you have to create a frame. So here you are creating a frame. Okay, so for that you are creating a text field. Okay, not the frame, text field. So for a text field, this is how you create a text field. Okay, creation of text field. Creation of text field 1 will tell, because this is the first text field. We are creating more than one text fields here. We can see. So JT1 is nothing but object of text field 1. Okay, it is object of text field 1. So that is how I do. I add it into the frame, students. Okay, here text field is 1 is added to frame. Text field 1 added to frame. So the same story, students, I am going to do the next one, but there is a small change. So here also I create a label. Okay, so label 2 created here. So same explanation, students. I will not write everything. Label 2. Okay, label 2 created here. So what is this, students? Text field 2 is nothing but name of label 2. Name of label 2. Okay, so J text field 1, J text field 2, J text field 3 are the three labels. And here what I am doing is I am specifying the columns. Okay, 10. So that means what? This can send up to 10 characters. Okay, this text field. Okay, this is a text field. So this is what, students? This is a string that we have seen. No, it is a string what you have to pass in a text field. So this is nothing but the columns, number of columns. So 10 means it can send 10. Okay, it can send 10 characters. Okay, or you can also tell string can contain 10 characters. Can contain 10 characters. That is what it. See, if you enter more than 10, then it will not tick. Okay, so if you if the text field has some action, okay, it's like when you press a button that say that the text field value is going and you are sending it somewhere. Then if 10 is mentioned, only 10 characters will be sent, students. So it will not be more. Okay, see here it will be an empty. Okay, here it is an empty text box, but you mentioned it as 10 columns, so it will take up to 10. Here also it's the same thing, but here you are mentioning the string. So by default, no, hello will be there here. Okay, then along 5 more it can take. So that you are adding. Okay, text field 2 is added to frame. Added to frame. Okay, it's the same thing for the next also. Okay, the next also same thing. Text field and label 3 and text field 3 added. Where do you add? To frame. Okay, then all remaining new things are the same. So here I am using flow layout. Okay, so text field will be arranged horizontally. Okay, arranged horizontal. So that's what you have to know, because flow layout is used, so it will be horizontal. Okay, so that's all is there in the program. So let us execute this program and let us see. Okay, how does this look? So I'll just take you to my NetBeans, okay, editor, where I already the thing. So this program is already created. So your text class name is JTextField program. It is a class name. So I have the list of projects here, students. So this is my text. Okay, text field. This is my project. I'll just click on that project and I'll give run. Okay. So it's already built before. So that is why I'm directly doing run. Otherwise, this you will not get output. Remember that. Here, what can I see? See. This is the output. Okay, this is the output. So here I have how many? 3 text fields. Correct? No, I have. What are these things? Okay, 3 labels for text fields. Okay, for 3 text fields. So I can see there are three text fields here. Okay, here there are three text fields. Okay, let me put it in a different color if you want. Yeah, so we can arrange it like this. So what are these, students? These are nothing but the three, yeah, these are nothing but the three text fields. These are the three text fields. Okay, and the three labels. Three labels I've already shown you. Okay, we'll just make it once. What are these? Red, whatever is shown in red is nothing but three labels. So here what can I see? Here I am this text and it is empty because I had mentioned only the column, so it is an empty text box. Okay, it is nothing but an empty text box. It's empty text box. Here it's hello because I'm sending hello. Okay, and here I'm sending Raghav. Okay, so that is why you have hello and Raghav here. So this is about your first program. Okay, this is about your first program, that is the text field. And what is this? This is nothing but a frame name. Frame name, and these are all arranged in horizontal. Okay, horizontal arrangement. Okay, horizontal arrangement. Why it is like that? It is like that because of the flow layout. Okay, or it is like that. It is horizontal because of flow layout. Because of flow layout. So this is your first program, students. So that's all we have here. So we'll go to the next one. Okay, next concept. Okay, so we are done with the J text field. So let us go to back to our PPT and let us continue. Okay, yes. So hope you have understood this. Okay, it's not very complicated. It's very simple. So this is how it looks. Okay, so see, this is a text field. Okay, so, and that see, don't get confused with this output outside and these two things. Okay, it's nothing but a simple text field is there inside three text fields and things are there. Okay, so this output is shown like this because initially the name of in the text field was this. I just changed it to whatever I want. Okay, so that you can clearly see in the program, students. If you go to the program once. Okay, I'll take you to the program in my editor. Okay, here if I open this program, okay, this class J text field program, I have changed here. See, it is hello and Raghav. So that is why in my output I can see hello and Raghav. Okay, you can see hello and Raghav here because that is what it is mentioned here, hello and Raghav in the text field. Okay, initially it was the name whatever is you can see in the PPT. In the PPT it was HAGS, correct, and Sarwan. Okay, I have changed that. Okay, so that is about your this one. Okay, J text field. So next one is nothing but J tabbed pane. Okay, so what do you mean by tabbed pane? So in this pane, yes, so in this pane you will have more than one tab. Okay, so how it looks, we'll just see, students. Okay, so just I'll execute that program also for you and we will see, and we will also do some modifications there and we'll see. Okay, so the J tabbed pane, so this is the one. Okay, where which will create the tab. Okay, so this will create tab. Okay, tab. So we'll see that. So J tabbed pane class is used to switch between a group of components by clicking on a tab with a given title or icon. So it is inherited from J component class. Selecting a tab causes the component associated with that tab to come to forefront. So what do you mean by this third line, students? It is like if you have more than one tab, see, each tab will have different contents. Remember that. So say if one tab is of colors, another tab is of cities. So when you press the tab which is there of colors, all the colors will display. When you have the tab which is of color, cities, all cities will display, like that. Say animals, one more tab. So if you press the tab which has animals, then all animals will display. Okay, all animals means whichever animals you have used when you go coded. I'll show you the program, students. At that time it will be more clear. So let us understand some of the constructors of this J tabbed pane. So it has three constructors. One is J tabbed pane, another is J tabbed pane and int tab placement. Another is J tabbed pane, int tab placement, int tab layout policy. So let us see what are these three things, constructors. What is these three constructors exactly do? So here J tabbed pane, it creates an empty tabbed pane. Okay, with a default tab placement. of a jtabbed pane dot top. Nothing very special here. Second one is it creates a tab empty tabbed pane with a specified tab placement. Third one is nothing but it creates an empty tabbed pane with a specified tab placement and tab policy. So more about this students we will learn now, okay, when we basically write the program, okay, that time we will understand it better. So I guess it's time to go to program. Okay, yes, we need to understand some more methods here. So the jtabbed pane, okay, jtabbed pane, it uses a single selection model. So tabs are added by calling add tab. So this is the method, okay, used to add tabs. Okay, so first one is the name, students. Next one is nothing but a component. Okay, your name is the name of the tab and the component is the component that should be added to the tab. We'll see that, students. Okay, often the component added to tab is jpanel. Okay, so jpanel is the one which you add, students, because whatever say, if I say example, you have a city, okay, city tab. So when you press a tab which is having a city, that time this panel which has the city will be activated and all cities will be displayed. Okay, so that is how it works. So often the component added to a tab is jpanel that contains a group of related components. Okay, cities means cities. So this technique allows a tab to hold a set of components. Example, students, one simple example before seeing the program. Say I have a tab called as city, okay, and I have a tab called as animal. Okay, so what do is I press this. Okay, I press this. So this panel will be activated. Okay, city panel will be activated. Panel will come to front. Okay, that is the right word, come to front. Okay, and all cities will display. Say I add three cities. Okay, I add three cities: Delhi, Bangalore. Okay, Delhi, Bangalore, and Mumbai. So three cities will come here. So now I press on animal. Okay, now I press on animal. Okay, press on animal. Okay, so let me use a different one. Okay, now say I create one more pane here, animal. Okay, animal tab. So this is city. So city I have already shown you. Now I press this. So when I press this, what will happen? So the panel of animal will come front. Okay, panel of animal will come front, and I will add three animal will come front. Okay, will come front. I add three animal. So there I add some three animal like horse. Okay, then cow, then tiger. Okay, so these three will come now. Okay, when you press the animal. So when you press city, cities will come. When you press horse, I mean when you press this thing, city will come. Okay, say when you press this, let me use a different ink for you. Okay, so press. So what will happen? So I will just show it here. So say cities will come panel. Okay, so that is nothing but Delhi, and this is Bangalore, and this is Mumbai. Okay, so that is how it works. Okay, so this is what basically panel. Yeah, this is what nothing but panel. J panel. Okay, similarly, what is this? Okay, what is this? This is also J panel, and these are nothing but elements of the panel. So that is how it works, students. We can see it. Okay, so if I go forward, this is my program. Okay, this is my program. So here, students, I have different classes here which are going to use this. Okay, use the panel tabs. So here I am creating three tabs. Okay, so initially what I do is nothing but here I here jtabbed pane is the main file, students. Okay, so this is for tab. Okay, this will take control of the tab. So I can write here class for tab. So class for tabs, and this extends from J panel. Okay, then here this is a constructor. What is this constructor going to do? It is going to create the tabs. So tab creation happens here. So tab creation happens here. So what are the name of the tab now? The name of the, what is JTP? JTP is a tab object. JTP is a tab object. So here I have three tabs. So which are the three tabs, students? They are nothing but cities, colors, and flavors. Now, what are these? Cities, color. So these are nothing but three tabs. Cities, colors, and flavors are new. Now I am calling the city panel. Okay, I'm so now how does like when you press city, cities will come. When you press color, color panel will come. When you press flavors, flavor. How is it like that? Because when you students press this, the cities panel will be called. Okay, when you press cities, cities panel. When you press color, color panel will be called, and when you press flavors, flavors panel. So see, cities panel also now first let us speak about the city panel. So cities panel, it also extends from J panel. There you have a constructor called as city panel, and there you are creating three buttons. Okay, three buttons. So this is a normal button. We can see students J button. So here creation of normal button happens. Creation of normal button happens. Okay, so what are the normal button? It is nothing but cities will come. So I have taken three cities here: New York, London, and Hong Kong. So this will be displayed, students. So when you press cities tab, okay, this three will come, and these are being added, students. Okay, these are being added to the frame. So you can see, here basically it is first added to panel, then panel is added to the frame. Four cities are there. Okay, even Tokyo is there, so that is also added. So that is the story about the cities. So next let us go to the other tab. So we have colors and flavors. So in colors I am going to do the checkbox. So you can see, I am creating a checkbox here. So for cities I had created buttons. Okay, here I am creating a checkbox, you can see, and the checkbox is also added. Okay, so that is three checkboxes are there, and name of them are red, green, and blue. What are this? This is the names of checkboxes. Okay, and for the last one, that is flavor, I am adding three flavors: vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. And for these three flavors I am adding it. Okay, this I am adding to the panel. So these are the three flavors, and it is nothing but a combo box. Three flavors are nothing but combo box, are elements of combo box. You can write like that: elements of combo box. Yes. Okay, so these are the ones. Now of course let us go to the final one, main class. Okay, so here of course students I create a frame here. F is a frame object. Okay, F is a frame object, and when I close the frame it will exit. Okay, and what I am doing is nothing but I am adding everything to the frame here, all this one. So you can see here all J tabbed pen demo. What does it has? It has flavors. Okay, it has colors, it has cities. So what are these? These are the three panels, of course three tabs. Okay, these are the three tabs: flavor tab, color tab, this tab. Okay, and these are once again branched. Flavors you have a combo box, colors you have, cities you have like New York and all. So this is how it appears, students. This is how your output appears. Okay, cities is nothing but a tab, and New York, London, Hong Kong, it is nothing but a cities. Okay, like that. Now say I have pressed cities, that time these four will come, and it is a simple button. Now what are these, students? These are nothing but simple buttons. So simple buttons. So how did you create a simple buttons here in the swing? That is nothing but J button was used. Okay, so yeah, that's why simple button. I have not given any action, but you can press it. Okay, remember that. Then afterwards, of course, then what will happen when you press colors? Okay, so when you press colors, the three check boxes will come. Okay, three check boxes will come. So these are nothing but red, green, and blue. Okay, so these are the three check boxes. Check boxes. Colors is nothing but a tab. Okay, so basically whatever you can see is nothing but here. These are tabs. Okay, and these are nothing but panel. This is nothing but a color panel. Similarly, flavors. What is this? This is nothing but a combo box. This is nothing but a tab, flavor tab, and this is nothing but a combo box. Is nothing but a, this is nothing but a combo boxes. Combo box. So when you open this, you will get the other flavors. Okay. So let us see the output now, so that we understand it properly. Now you got a look and feel of how these things work. Okay. Now I have already executed the program for you. Let us execute one program and let us see the outputs, and let us make some changes also, so that we understand the concept. So I'll directly take you to the tabbed pane this thing project. This project I will just build it and run once. Okay, I built it, so I don't have any error here. Wait, it's executing. Yeah, I don't have any error. Now I am going to execute it. I'm going to run it from here. So JTab dependent demo is a main class here. Okay, you can see that. Yes. So can you see the output, students? Okay. Now if I press this, you can press a button. Okay, New York, London, Hong Kong, Tokyo. Colors means you can check these things, or you can uncheck if you press once again. Flavors means cities, colors, tab, flavors. What are these? These are the tabs, and these are the buttons. Okay, this is a combo box. Anyone you can select here. Okay, so this is the beauty of swings. Okay, so let us be very clear now. What is a panel and this one? So these three are nothing but tabs. Okay, these three are nothing but are tabs. Now let me use some other color so that it will be very clear. And this is nothing but a panel. Okay, this is nothing but a panel. So I can tell this is a flavor panel. This is a flavor panel having combo box, because I had created a combo box. No, having combo box containing different flavors. So it contains different flavors. So that is how it works. Okay, so output you have seen entirely. So now you know how to create a tab and how to add the respective button or combo box or the checkbox. Similarly, you could have created radio box. See, you can add anything in a tab. Okay, because the web pages, when you add different tabs, different things will come. So you can do anything there. Okay, it is very easy. So that is about the tab. So let us do some changes here. Say for our better understanding, let me change the city now. I want all Indian cities. Okay, I'll say Karnataka cities I want. Okay, I want all Karnataka cities. Let us add our Karnataka city. Okay, so what I'm supposed to do is nothing but I'll close this for now, and I'll go to this source packages, where in source packages I do have the class. I'll open this. So I have to go here, and I just need to I have to go to cities panel, because I want to change the cities there. Instead of New York, London, Hong Kong, Tokyo, I can add Karnataka cities. Okay, so say I will add other cities like Bangalore. Okay, Mangalore. Okay, then other cities like Mysore and Hubli. Okay, say let me add one more city there. Okay, so that everything will be very clear for you. Mysore, Hubli, and one more city I will let me add. Okay, say Gulbarga. So what I'm going to do here is nothing but I'm just going to add one more button. Okay, because these are all the simple buttons here. So I'll just add one button here. Okay, and this is B5. Okay, this one is B5. Next button, I need to add this to panel. I need to add this panel to the tab, and here I will add one more city. So let me add the city as Gulbarga. Okay, so this is done, students. Modification. Let me just save it, and let me just build it once, and let me run it. Okay, so when you do this, yes, can you see here I have the Indian cities now: Bangalore, Mysore, Hubli, and Gulbarga. I've added one extra city here. Same thing you need to do with the colors also, students. You can put a color of your choice, or you can put a flavor of your choice. Okay, similarly, see here also I have a checkbox. See, instead of checkbox I need a radio button. Okay, instead of radio button, so I can add the radio button also. But if you're adding a radio button, you need to do the grouping there. Okay, one extra code you would write for grouping, like how I had shown you in radio button code. Otherwise, that radio button, what will happen is you can check more than one. Okay, if you have to check only one, then you need to group it. Okay, J radio button, or you can just simply put it as a button also. Okay, these are a checkbox. So how do you do it as a simply button? Okay, I will convert this into a simple button. So if you see in the output now, okay, if you see in the output, what are these? These are nothing but a checkboxes. I don't want checkbox, I want a button of this kind here. So what do? I just replace this J checkbox by J button. Okay, I just do this everywhere, otherwise you'll have an error. Your name changing you have seen, now I'm changing its type. Okay, because say any same thing. Okay, let us just change one button. Okay, I'll just make keep one button and two check boxes. Okay, so that we can see. I need not change everything. I'll just change one thing and I'll just show it to you. So I'll just build it once. So I had change in colors. So we can see one button, and if you go to colors, we can see one button. Red is a button. It has been converted into button now, and you can see two check boxes. So you like that mix also you can do, or you can keep one also. That is left to you, students. Okay. Similarly, radio button also you can do. We will keep one radio button. Okay. We know it will just for checking purpose. One radio button. Okay, J radio button. You need to use the correct syntax. Okay, otherwise it will not work. Okay, so this will be a radio button now. Of course, it will look like a radio button, but it will not be a very useful thing because we need to group and all, which I have not done here. Yeah, so colors, so you can see it is a radio button. It has converted from button to radio button. So you can do, students, such things. Okay, you can do it, such things. So changes you can do. So hope you have got it, everything, the rest of the thing. So what I'll do is I'll just make it, I'll keep it as it is. Okay, I'll keep it as it is, and let us just go from here. So this is all about your thing. Okay, I can, it's not required, students. I'll just delete it. Okay, so it's back to checkbox now. So this is how you need to modify things. Okay, yes, so finally it is once again a checkbox, green, blue. So this changing also you can change, like how I change the cities, you can change the colors also, in flavors also you can change. So this is your tabbed pane. Okay, this is your tabbed pane. Yes, students. So next let us go to the next one, which is nothing but the scroll pane. Okay, next we'll go to the scroll pane. Let me take you back to PPT. Yes, so all these things are done. Yes, scroll pane. Now what is a scroll pane, students? Scroll pane is nothing but, say if you have a area, okay, less area, say if you have a less area and you need to write more. Okay, for example, let me explain it to you. Yeah, say here this is an area, writing area. Okay, this is a writing area, say of 100 letters, 100 words. Okay, 100 words. So you can write here. So this is the word 1 and this is the 100th word. Say I want to write a 200 words. So I want to write 200 words. So what do I do? So you need a scroll pane here. Okay, scroll pane here, and when I scroll it down I can write more. Okay, say when I scroll it down it will be from 100 to, it will be 200. Okay, so I can do that. So that is a scroll pane, students. So when we understand table, I will be showing you the scroll pane. I'll be adding that table to the scroll pane. I'll be showing you the scroll pane program. Okay, executed one. But here just we'll understand what is scroll pane and we'll see how it looks like. So a scroll pane is a component, okay, that presents a rectangular area in which component may be viewed. Horizontal and vertical scroll bars can be provided if necessary. So I had told you example of about the vertical scroll pane. So this is nothing but, say, yeah, let me put it this way. So if I write it this way, okay, if I write it this way, so this is nothing but a vertical scroll pane. Okay, it is nothing but a vertical scroll pane. Okay, and say if I do it this way, let me use some other ink for the things. So if I write this way, this is nothing but the horizontal scroll pane. This is nothing but the horizontal scroll pane. Okay, so that is what you have to understand. So how do you create a scroll pane? Basically you create it by using a scroll pane class. So the component being scrolled can either be an individual component such as table, okay, so this example we will see, or a group of components contained within another lightweight container such as panel, J panel. A viewable area of a scroll pane is called as a viewport. Okay, so whatever view you can view, say I can view from 1 to 100. So this is nothing but this area is nothing but this area is a scroll pane area. This area is a viewport. This area is a viewport. Okay, in its default behavior, a scroll pane will dynamically add or remove a scroll bar as necessary. For example, if the component is taller than a viewport, a vertical scroll bar is added. If a component will fit within the viewport, then scroll bars are removed. So what they are telling in the last line is nothing but only if you have 200 words. Okay, if you have 200 words, see in your viewport you can put only 100 words, but if you have 200 words, then vertical scroll bar will be added. Okay, then vertical scroll pane will be added. So that is what they are telling. Okay, yes. So let us continue and see how it looks like scroll pane. So this is a scroll pane. Okay, this is a vertical scroll pane. So what is this? This one. Okay, it is a vertical scroll pane. Scroll pane. Okay, and what is a viewport? And say this. So this particular area. Okay, this particular area is a viewport. And how do you create a scroll pane? How do you create a scroll pane? This is how you create a scroll pane. Okay, just this is how we create scroll pane. Scroll pane. So here when I use this, I can create either vertical or horizontal scroll pane. Okay, this is a text area. Okay, default text area. This is text to be entered in a scroll. Okay, this is text to be entered in viewport. Okay, so that is what you need to put. So data I am adding. So you can see here data I am added. Okay, here in text area. Okay, then if required, scroll pane will be added. Finally, you are adding this scroll pane into the frame. So that is what you have to understand. So next we will understand about the JTable students. For table, we will put the table inside the scroll pane. Okay, instead of just the data, I am going to put the table inside the scroll pane. So that time we can see its application. So next is nothing but a JTable. Okay, we'll see this program. So a JTable class. Okay, JTable class is used to display the data of a two-dimensional table of cells. Okay, cell is nothing but a area. Okay, area. Okay, where we write area in table. Okay, it is area in table where we enter an element, where we write word. Okay, or number, word or number. So it has also a constructor. So we have a constructor JTable. It creates a table with empty cells. But if you mention the table with rows and columns, then it will create the table with specified data. If rows are mentioned, then rows will be there. Columns are mentioned, then column will be there. Now let us see how to create a table. Yes, so this is our table, students. So here I create a frame in the beginning. So you can see here I create a frame in the beginning. Name of the frame is table demo. Okay, this is nothing but name of frame. Okay, and F is nothing but a frame object. Now what are these, students? This is string data. This is nothing but a table data. It's very important. Okay, this is nothing but a table data. So I can see here I have I have 3 column and I have 5 rows. So you can see I have 5 rows, row 1, row 2. So I can tell it as a row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, 6 columns. Sorry, this is 6 columns. I have 6 rows. Sorry, this is a row, students. Okay, 100 CSC VTU. So if I put like this is a row. Okay, so what is column? I have 3 columns here. This way, 101 ISC and VTU. What are these? These are the columns. 3 columns. Yes, so this is a table. So I can see, look here, this is a row, this is a column. Yes, so I'm adding, this is a what? This is a scroll pane, table added in scroll pane. I will just write it once again. So you can see here, table added in scroll pane. Okay, yes. So these are the elements, students. So this is a column. Okay, so string, column, and data is a data. This is a table data, and this is the columns, in a number of columns in a table, number of columns in table. So our 3 columns are there. So here totally 3 columns: course ID, branch, and university. 3 columns and 6 rows. So this particular see, now that table constructor, it will take a data and a column. Okay, so the data you have seen here, what is the data, and this is a column, number of columns. So this particular JT is nothing but a table object. JTable will create a table, and here table is added to scroll pane. Added to scroll pane. So in this program we will get the concept of both table and a scroll pane. Okay, and this is where the location of the scroll pane. Location of scroll pane. Okay. Okay, so scroll pane which has table. Has table. Okay, of 3 columns and 6 rows. 3 columns, 6 rows. And finally the scroll pane is added to frame. So this way is nothing but scroll pane is added to, okay, scroll pane is added to frame. So this is our explanation, students. Then finally we are setting the size of frame. Okay, layout we are not using, not required anything. Then finally we are making it visible. So let us see the program and understand it better. So let me take you to my editor. Okay, so let us take the program. So here this is our JTable is a project name. Okay, table project is our project name. This is our program. I'll just open the code for you first. Okay, to verify that it's the same code. So the table one, as you can see here, it's the same one. Okay, you can see the same one. So here we have a table. Okay, table column, and all the remaining things are there. Okay, table being creation of table, and here table added to the scroll pane. Okay, finally scroll pane added to frame. So let me just execute this program. I'll build it first. And here I am running it. Okay, table is a one, it's a class, students, table example 1, and in this the main is there. So we can see our output. Okay, so this is our output with the table elements. Okay, so this is my scroll pane with the table. This is scroll pane, and inside scroll pane I have a table. Inside scroll pane I have a table. Yes. So say, students, I want to change something in a table. Okay, now how do I do? Yeah, this is nothing but a frame name. Okay, that is nothing new there. Okay, now I want to change some other university. Say let me change the second column. Okay, so third row. Okay, third row. Let me do one thing. I will just add one more column called as sem, and I will just add change some things in a row. Okay, I'll just make it from VTU to Bangalore. Okay, I'll just make it from VTU to Bangalore. So how do I do so? Okay, just go to your program. Just go to the program. So I am targeting the I am adding first one column. Okay, so how do you add a column? So just remove these things. Okay, and go to the mode where I can enter, and I will add one more column. Okay, the name of the column is nothing but sem. Okay, branch is there. Okay, so sem. Okay, say this is for the fourth sem. Okay, this is for the fourth sem. So now since I've added a column there, okay, I need to add everywhere. Okay, the sem I need to add it everywhere. Okay, otherwise you will have an error there. So let me add this column everywhere. Okay, I'll just give it as 4. Okay, I'll just give it as 4. So let us do that thing. Okay, yeah, let me change that also. So I'll give 6 here. And wait, where are our other columns, the rows? Yes, this is here. X, I will give some other ASM. Okay, A7, 8. Okay, then let me give us first. And one more thing, I have told you third one. I'll give it a 7. So third row. So this is the first row. Okay, this is the first row. Yeah, I'll just show it to you once. That will be better. So this is nothing but the first row. Okay, first row. That is how it is. Okay. Yes. So this is the second row. I'll just change this VTU to third row. This is not the third row. I'll just change this to Bangalore. Okay, I'll change to Bangalore. Okay, so just I'll make some changes. So let me see if everything is done properly. If anything is pending, then we will have an error there. Okay. So build is success. Let us see the output there. Yes, so there is something is missing there. So let us see what it is. Okay, we have just changed it, students. Here I have just added one SEM here. Okay, which is nothing but a column, and here I have added the columns. Okay, for fourth column also I have added for all the elements. So here everything is fine. Now I'll just build it and run. Okay, so I'll just run it once. Okay, so here I get an output. So what did I tell you, students? I told you that I will change the third column. Okay, third row I will change, and there here instead of VTU I'll just put Bangalore. So I put the Bangalore here. That is one major change is made. So this is nothing but a change made in a row. Okay, this is change made in a row, and next one is nothing but a column, one additional column I've added. So this is nothing but a new column added. Okay, new column added. Okay, so that's all students. This is how it's a table. Now I can see how many elements, students. Here I can only see 5 rows. Where is the sixth row? Okay, so I can see that this is the first row, this is the second row, this is the third row, this is okay. Just we'll do it 1 second. Wait, just take some other thing. Okay, so this is my first row. Okay, this is my second row, and this is my third row, and this is my fourth row, and this is my fifth row. Where is my sixth row? I had 6 rows right in the program. So how do I get the sixth row? Okay, so I have to scroll now. So you can see the scroll bar here. Okay, this scroll, I need to scroll this down. Okay, so that time I get the rest of the rows. So here is the sixth row. Last one is my sixth row. Okay, yes. So last one. So I can scroll here. See, because I have added the table to the scroll bar. So that is last one is the sixth row, and this will be my sixth row. So if you see properly, student, first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row, and I'll scroll here, and this is the sixth row. Okay, so that is how it is. So this is how you create a table and a scroll pane. Okay, this is how you create a table and the scroll pane. So initially I had got one error here. You could have seen now, just when I had built, and I got one error. That error was there because this double quotes was there inside double quotes. When I was doing the modification in the column, this double quotes had come after comma. Okay, so that is why we had that error, and SEM was not getting recognized. Okay, so that's all, students. We have, so it's very easy creation. So you can create wonderful things in swings, students. Okay, so that is what we can see here. And what is this set bounds, js.set bounds? So that is where exactly that position, okay, where you want. Okay, say if I want in center now, okay, this is 300 to cross 400, no, so that time you have to give some 150 here. That time your table will be there in the center, okay, because it's the x index, no. So let me make that changes and let me show it to you once. Yes, so can you see my, it is somewhat, it has moved to the right side. Okay, so if you increase the x size, then it will come to the center. Okay, so 200 means it will be center. So 300 into 400, no, this is a default frame size. When you increase the when you increase the frame size, no, when you make it maximize, no, these things will change. So that you have to remember. Okay, so that is about the table and the scroll pane. So that's all we have here. So next we'll go to the last topic of our swings, students. So we are done with this last topic or swings, that is nothing but adding a simple list. So we have done so many complicated things, students. So a final one will be a very easy one, which is nothing but a list. Okay, see how to create a simple list of elements. So for that I'll just take you forward. Okay, so this is nothing but you have another function which is nothing but a JList. So in this swing, the basic list class is called JList. Okay, this is called as a JList. It supports selection of one or more items from a list. Although this list consists of strings, it is possible to create a list of just about any object that can be displayed. So it has three constructors here. One is just JList, another is JList is one array, it is ARY, and list data. Okay, then one more is model and data model. So let us see what it is. So first, JList is nothing but it creates a JList with an empty read-only model. Okay. Next one, it creates a JList that displays the elements in a specified array. So it is nothing but an array. Okay, this is nothing but an array. Okay. So the last one, it will create a list, JList, that displays elements from a specified non-null model. So let us see what it is in a program. So this is our final program, students. This is a list example. Okay, yeah. So here this is a frame creation. Okay, here I am adding to the list. Okay, creation of list here. Creation of list. Okay, and addition of items. So here if you change that item will change, students, whatever you can see here. So this is the same. Okay, so addition of elements into list. Yes, so this is a position in frame. Okay, it's a position in frame. Position of list in frame. Okay, it is a frame size and all remaining things you know. Okay, frame size. Okay, so this is from main. Okay, list example called from main. Okay, function called from main. So that's all we have, okay, in this list. So let us see the program once and let us finish it off. Okay, that will finish things. So I'll just take here. Okay, and I have my last program. Okay, I have my last program here. Okay, so this was our last one. So after this we'll see the program once. So here I'll go to the list project, okay, which is our last program. I'll just clean it and build it once, so I don't have any errors over here. Okay, I'll open the file. Okay, Java file. So we can see here 4 items are added, item 1, 2, 3, 4. So same program which we have seen now. I'll just run it. I'll select the main class and I'll run. So this is a list, students, you can select here. Okay, see, in any of this action is not happening. Why? Because I have not mentioned the action, students. Okay, yesterday's program I had mentioned the action. Okay, if you add the action, then the program will be big. Okay, here our purpose, what is our purpose here in all of these things? Okay, on all of these programs, our purpose is to just show you how to create a button, okay, or the list or the table, all these things, but not to show the action. So if you show the action, you can put any action whatever you want, like displaying the message or anything else. Okay, so that you can do when you're developing a project. Okay, so this is all we have here, students. Hope you've seen the output. Okay, so this is nothing but your output. Okay, item 4 items are getting in added. So that's all we have from swings, students. With this chapter we are going to finish the swings. Okay, so that's all I have, students, from this. Okay, thank you.